Hi YouTube. Okay, so this video is going to be talking about another rapture-like dream that I had recently. Um, so I was sitting in a very large kind of stadium, but it was indoor, and I was sitting with my mom, and we were up in the nosebleed seats, and when we looked down, there was like part of the field was grass, but then part of the space was a really large swimming pool. So I'm not sure what kind of event we were watching, but anyways. And then when we looked in front of us, it was just windows everywhere. Just the whole wall was made of windows, and I could see that it was dark out. It was pretty dark, but there was like a ton of stars in the sky. And I was talking to my mom, and I was telling her how I was starting to feel kind of scared about the tribulation and what is really going to happen, because if you've read your Bible, then you know the tribulation is just going to be the worst. It's going to be the worst time to be on planet Earth. And hopefully you're saved, so you won't have to go through the tribulation. Anyways, and so as I'm speaking this to her, then this like commotion starts to happen behind us, and behind us is it's like windows, but they don't have glass. They're just kind of those windows like you would see in Europe from buildings that have been there forever, and they have a pretty arch. And so we could see people like running in the hallway, and sorry if you hear snoring, that's my dog. And they were just like running everywhere, screaming, and people were being awful to each other. People started pulling out knives and guns, and they were stabbing each other and shooting each other and stealing things right from the person, just grabbing it right off of them. And people who were sitting in the row with my mom and me also started to do this, and so it was really close to us. And then down on the field area, you could see chaos started to happen there, and people were fighting and hurting each other and shouting, and it was just chaos. That's the word that came to mind to describe it, was just chaos. And I was like leaning on my mom, and I kept saying, "Mom, I don't like this. I'm scared. Where's Jesus?" And I started just saying Jesus over and over, just like Jesus, Jesus, calling out to him. And my mom was just like calm and smiling the whole time. She wasn't worried at all. And so then I looked up at the ceiling, and I could see arms were coming out of the ceiling like that, and they were grabbing me. So some arms came out of the ceiling and just grabbed me out of my seat, and they pulled me through the ceiling, and we're in the sky, and I'm in the sky with angels. There's an angel holding me, and all around me were angels, like thousands of them. And they looked, like how you typically would think of an angel, just kind of looked like a person, a little taller, and they have wings. But they were covered in this light that was sort of like an ember color. It was really pretty and soothing. And so the angel pulled me up, and then we started to fly. We started to fly through the sky. And something, just a quick side note about me, I do not like heights very much. I don't like rides, things that go fast. I like to be on the ground, going at a good pace, and so the angels, in the sky and everything, we were really high up and we were flying fast. This was not like a Peter Pan leisure flight. This was, we're going somewhere with determination and we're getting there now. And I didn't feel afraid. I didn't feel sick, to my stomach or anything. I just felt like really happy because I knew where I was going. And so the angels brought me to this building, and I don't know if it was heaven or not, but it wasn't like chaotic or dangerous or anything like that was happening where I was. And so they gently dropped me down, and then there was other angels that didn't have wings, but I knew they were angels, and they like greeted me and were telling me how happy they were that I was there, and they started to give me an agenda, like they had planned out everything that they were going to do with me in heaven. And I can't remember what they said, but it was just like fun, good things that I really wish I could remember them. I don't know. I feel like some of them weren't things we could actually do on Earth. And yeah, they were all like, I don't know, they were all good. Anyways, and so I interrupted them and I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. But first, where's Jesus? I was like, I don't care about doing anything fun. I don't care about, I don't know, swimming in the river of life. I just want to see Jesus. And so they told me, he's around here somewhere, go look for him, something like that. And so I went off looking for him, and the building I was in kind of reminded me of a warehouse because it was just like really big, but pretty much empty. But there was another building inside of the building, and it was really tall. So I went in there thinking, okay, maybe somebody will be in there, or like I'll get a good vantage point, and I can see him. And I ran into this guy who's kind of older, and I very quickly was like, hey, where's Jesus? Have you seen him? Where can I find him? And he pointed to the window. And so then I went over to the window, and the window looked out into this, I couldn't see very much at all. It was just like a little tiny, view, I guess, that was visible. And it was a pool where it was surrounded by like those really nice patio stones. And it was just, a pool, patio stones, a little bit of greenery. And then I saw over the water a shadow, and I knew it was a shadow of a man because you could just tell it was. And instantly I knew. I was like, that's him, that's a shadow. And then the shadow like backed away, and I took off running, and I was like, I gotta go get to him, that's him, I'm gonna find him. And then I woke up. Of course. It always happens, right? Right before the really good part. Anyways. So, yeah. I feel like that God gave me that dream, and He wanted me to share it with you all, just as a form of encouragement to remind you that Jesus is coming back. The rapture is real, and it will happen, and that He's not going to leave us to suffer through the tribulation. So, yeah, that's my video for today. Thank you for watching.